Okay, everyone, I'm back, and it looks like most of you folks are back too. Let me just see if Lisa is on here yet. Nope, Lisa's not here yet.
Yes, Lisa's been here for 5 minutes.
You have been. Why am I not seeing you?
I'm kidding. Oh, cool. It just says Lisa, me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's why. Okay. I'm making you an organizer so you can tape me a backup. Okay. Okay, folks. Now, my friends, that we're not on a video that's being recorded and saved for posterity, you're going to get to see the real Sandy. Hi. What a pleasure. I'm going to enjoy this. Folks, I don't have, well, I guess I do. You are not muted by me. Nope. Wait a minute. How'd that happen? There you go. Okay. I don't believe I have you muted. I think everybody can talk. So what I'm going to ask is that you all have your mics muted yourselves. And if you have a question that you want to ask, just type any old letter. I'm going to see it jump in a box up here, and I'll be able to call on you by name once I see that you have a question to ask. While you're thinking about your questions, I want to make mention that a week from tomorrow night, you're going to have your first practice session online. It's going to be here at 7 o'clock. We'll be on GoToMeeting just like this. The link that Lisa sent you out, you'll have one link for the entire next 5 months, so it's not confusing at all. If you were able to get on tonight, you'll be able to get on everything else for the whole rest of the year, of the time period that we're on. But if you at all can do it, don't miss next Thursday's session, okay? Now, there is a class Wednesday. Our regular classes go Wednesday for the next 5 months. But with every level, there is a practice class. And that practice class is for you. It's a bonus class. It's an extra class. It is not mandatory. So if something comes up and you have to miss it, you're not going to get penalized for that. It's for you. And here, the reason we're doing GoToMeeting is this side of the site allows, you'll see you have a little camera button up here on your sheet, on your screen. GoToMeeting allows you not only to talk and exchange information verbally with your partner, it also allows you to come on and show your face, show your video like I'm showing mine right now. So once we get into our practice session next week, you will have the option. I don't ever like to put anybody on the spot. You'll have the option of either verbally working with your partner and talking, or actually coming up and showing yourselves on the screen. And the nice thing about that is that then we get to really connect with each other better. It's really fun. Okay, Meredith, why don't you unmute your mic and ask that question?
Hi, I might have missed it. Is it at the same time?
Yes, it's going to be 7 o'clock next week.
And
so you have your regular class on Wednesday night. That's the lecture class, and you can still ask questions, but you're asking them in the chat room. And then we have our question and answer session afterwards, just like we're doing now. We'll do that each week for the rest of the 5 months, okay? But Thursday night, one with every class, there'll be one session with level 1, one session with level 2, one session with level 3, and so forth, all the way through, that are practice sessions. So we're going to come on and we're going to practice the things that we've learned. Okay? We're going to practice. So,
and how long will it go?
1 hour. It's a 1 hour class.
Great. Thank you.
And not everybody has to go. I'll be taking volunteers. But even if you don't want to be the one to be on, come so you can observe, because there's so much that you learn from doing, from observing, and then you can take it over and put it in you work with your partner. Okay. Who else has a question for me? And when you're done answering your question, mute yourself back up, because when we have those mics unmuted, we get feedback on the computer. Okay, so who's next? Nancy, you're unmuted. Did you have a question?
No, I didn't.
Okay, could you mute yourself then, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else have a question? Meredith had a good one. That might have been everybody's question for the night. I think I have a bunch of snotty people here tonight. I'll give you a moment to think through it. Is there, when you think back into the work that you did with your partner, I know we had a bunch of people do the telepathy exercises this week. Was there anything in your telepathy exercise or when you were doing your exercise, your psychic development exam, the aptitude exercise, did you have anything come up where you were having a stumbling block, or was there something you wanted to talk about that was really cool? Do you want to ask some help on how to interpret what you got? Lorelei, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize for whoever I was practicing with. I can't remember the name. But she had sent a pink pastel powdery colored pink, and it was odd because I saw it as powder blue.
Well, the whole thing I think is interesting. Was it a shade? Was it what was it?
Yeah, I saw it as a blue circle, but she had actually sent a pink balloon. But the thing is, I was thinking, why is this circle not the dark blue like on the shapes, like that you have for us, the shape cards?
Yeah.
And I kept seeing it as powder blue over and over again, but she actually sent it as powder pink. So I don't know, like it was interesting how I saw it differently.
Well, the first comment that I would have is that if you had really read the instructions, the colors you were being told to work with were red, green, blue, yellow, orange, or purple. There wasn't any pink in there. So there if you were going with what you were supposed to, be looking for, which is at least narrowed it down to 6 possibilities, you would have got it wrong anyway. Okay. But what I would ask your partner, and now I don't know if she's here right now, but if you are, please speak up, because I would ask that partner, was there anything pale blue in your environment? You see, if you were working with me right now, Lorelei, and I'm sitting there with that turquoise, sort of a very obvious turquoise rug behind me, hanging over my couch. Now my back is to it. I'm not even thinking about that anymore. But I live with that there all the time, right? And so if I'm sitting here and I'm sending to you, and I want to send you a red square, it really wouldn't be a bit surprising if you got turquoise. You see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely see it. I just thought, or I thought maybe, and clearly we did not read the instructions. But I thought maybe I was seeing the colors different. I know in the one video you talk about that, how sometimes
You would not see a blue for a pink. That wouldn't happen. You might see a blue for a green. Okay. You might even see a dark blue for a dark purple. That's a possibility, like a navy for a purple, but it would have to be close. Not likely you'd see a pink for a blue. Okay. In the realm of red, a lot of times, red is a big one. When you say red to me, I think red like is on the top bar of this screen. To me, it's a orangey, fire engine kind of red. But the first time I realized people see color differently is I was doing a chakra exercise with a friend of mine who really was very, very visual. And when he started doing his chakra exercise, he immediately pulled in lots of energy into his root center, and damn, it looked like dried up old red blood. It looked like my nail polish. And I was like, ew, that's horrible. I mean, I backed out of the exercise immediately, and I said, that's red to you? Okay, that's when I realized that people don't all see color the same way. Now, if somebody sees something that's that totally opposite, like a pink or a blue, that's a little too far apart, do you see? But pink and a red, yeah, depending on the pink. Probably not a pastel pink and a red, but a dark red and a bright pink could be misunderstood, just like a violet and a bright pink could cross over. Am I making sense to you? We're going to have this conversation again when we are doing level 2, because we're going to be learning to see auras then. And when you're actually seeing an aura, you're looking at energy. And that's when you really realize that not everybody's seeing the same color as we think we are, okay? But they'll be in the same range. So rather than saying, okay, well, I'm now seeing, pink for blue, what I would be doing is saying, okay, what in her environment is there and imposing itself on my vision? The reason why, using me as an example again, when I walked into the room, I would have walked past that turquoise blanket. I'm sitting here in front of the turquoise blanket, knowing it's there, but I have forgotten it's there, you see? And now I'm sitting down to send you a red square. And I'm really focusing hard on that red square, right? Well, because I'm putting so much energy into the red square, I released the turquoise. So you see, most of the time when a color or when a shape, when something we're sending, most of the time when it doesn't go, it's because we're holding on to it. We're trying to send it so hard that we're not releasing it. And Lorelei, that is probably what went on. I only wish you could remember who it was you were working with, because I think then you'd find out that there's something that's pastel blue. She might have even been wearing a pastel blue shirt or something like that.
Yeah, I do. I pulled her up on, we just went across on Messenger very quickly. It was Jennifer, and I don't know if she's on here tonight.
Well, I can take a look. We should all be able to see each other, by the way. I don't know if I know she was on the first part because I saw her name earlier, but she might not have come back. Okay, so I don't see her here, but do check that with her. Ask her what was pale blue in your environment. Okay, folks, you're going to be amazed at what you can do with this. And the more you practice your telepathy exercise and the better you get at sending and receiving, first with one partner, and then you gradually expand and you work with more and more partners. So you're turning your radio receiver from a plain old AM receiver to a receiver that can receive anywhere in the galaxy. The better you get at it, the better you're going to get at manifesting. You begin to think it and it appears. It's like, pow, you get it. It's just amazing how quickly that manifestation can start to happen. This is where it starts, with that telepathy exercise and with being able to do the remote viewing to focus on where you want to put it. Okay? Very cool. Lorelei, that was a good question. Thank you. Oh, and incidentally, folks, in the video, and I know it's asking a lot, okay, but in the video we go over these things in such detail that it really is worth putting that extra time into watching it. And I know it's time consuming, but if you can find time to watch it, all of these things we're talking about now are in the video. And so you get more and more out of it. Okay, are there any other questions?
Hi, I'm not sure if you could hear me. This is Annette Paoni.
I can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Because I just called in by my phone because I didn't have a microphone on my computer.
I'm really glad that you did, because now I know the phone on here works great. Good.
Okay. My question was, how do you become a VIP member?
Oh, you just go and join it. And, I have something coming up. I don't think it's gone out yet. Right now, when December, I think it was December. Lisa, you're going to have to correct me on this, because I get confused with my own bonuses that I'm offering. Too many. At any rate, I had a discount for the VIP member to be grandfathered in. I think that ran through December. I think it ended in January, or ended January 15th. We're past the 15th, so you might have just missed it. But I do have, so it's gone up to $20 a month, okay, to be a VIP member. So you could just join for 1 or 2 months to go through those programs and then drop out, or you could join permanently if you liked it. But what I was going to say, and don't tell this to anybody unless they're your best friend, but I am going to be running a special when my next newsletter comes out for February, and it'll probably, you'd have to wait until February to do it, though, I think. If you get a reading with me, you can still get the discount and join for $10 a month if you get the reading with me. So, then you have to buy a reading too. At any rate, you join it. and it is an extra cost. Okay? Did I confuse you?
And the cost is on the website?
Yes, the cost is on the website.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll look that up.
That bonus won't be listed
Okay.
on the website, though. That you'll have to wait for the newsletter to come out. Okay?
Okay. I am also looking for a partner to work with.
Okay. Hey, well, you've got a bunch of people here tonight. Is there anybody here who's also looking for a partner who would like to work with Antoinette? Or who wants to double up and have an extra partner? Is everybody here partnered already? Okay. Antoinette, I don't see anybody just jumping out and saying me, 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 me. Oh, there's Heather.
Heather said I will double up.
She'll double up. Good. Oh, and Shirley says she's wanting to double up too. So, Antoinette, that gives you an option of working off and on with both of these gals. And look at that, Doreen too. And I'm going to encourage you to practice with all of them depending on your time.
Okay.
Let me explain how that works. Everything we're talking about here, when you really scale it down to what it is, it's all vibratory. Okay, it's all based on vibration. Every human being has a unique energy stamp, kind of like a fingerprint, and it's your energy. So the more different people that you can connect with and do these telepathy exercises with in a beautiful, comfortable environment like this, where we all are comfortable with each other, know each other, and can know we're all practicing, so there's no pressure, right? The more people you practice with, the more different vibrations you can become familiar with. So it's exponential, If I only work with one person all the time, I'm going to get really, really good at exchanging thoughts with that one person. Now that's a benefit, especially like with people in your family or your best friend, your husband or lover. You really want to have that connection, right? I don't even have to talk. The telepathy goes. Isn't that wonderful? But when we get out there in the world and we want to be able to connect with more people, it's a really good idea to practice with people who are so many different vibrations so that when a new one comes in, we're more ready to assimilate it. Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you had a great opportunity there. And I believe there are no accidents. So that was meant to be. That was good. And ladies, thank you.
Okay. I've tried to get their names down. I had Shirley Work and Doreen. What was Doreen's last name?
Okay, let's see.
It's Hodgdon. Hodgdon, Hodgdon.
Okay. And my legal name is Antoinette, but I go by Annette.
Okay, and I think there was another person there too that had volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get her name too?
No, I didn't get the third one.
Okay, who was our third person? No? I don't see her.
Okay, well, start there.
Oh,
was
that was
someone-
Heather.
Heather
Yeah.
Mendar.
Mendar.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And are there any other questions? I don't see any. No? Now's your chance, folks.
I have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
After we finish the program, will everything still be available in our library?
Oh, absolutely. This is why, you folks, some of you have been around a long time and you've watched me go from, teaching real time over 4-day periods in Tampa, okay? And you've watched me go on, take this online to reach more people and still do it the old-fashioned way. And now just this fall, you watched me move my whole website onto a new platform where now everybody who buys a program has a permanent library. It's just forever. It doesn't go away. Okay. Your library will outlive you. Okay. So the beauty of it is every single one of the things that you study, all the videos will still be there. All these webinars will still be there. Now what we're doing right now isn't going to be there. Okay. The reason being that every group that listens to the program online is going to be a different group. So, we want them to have their own fresh information. But also this way, especially when we get to the practice sessions, you guys aren't going to be afraid of saying each other's names or saying whatever the heck you think, no matter how weird it is, because nobody will ever see this portion of the video except you. And what I will be doing when we close out is I'll be saving this onto my YouTube channel. It'll be saved privately, and then Lisa will send it directly out to you. So if you want to hang on to this, it has to be saved on your computer, and it will not be in your library. The first part of class will be in your library. This part won't be. Okay? Our practice sessions will not be in your library. They're going to be just for you. So you're going to want to have a place on your computer, a little file somewhere that you store those things in. Okay? That was a good question too. Okay, and I saw somebody else popped up with a question too, but I didn't catch the name quickly enough.
It was Doreen.
Okay. Doreen, why don't you come back on? What's your question?
Oh, I didn't have one. I was just telling her Annette my last name.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, though.
You're welcome. Okay, then. Gee, I feel really good. Either you guys are doing a lot of reading and a lot of studying and a lot of watching and a lot of working with each other and you're right where you should be, or I have my head in the sand like an ostrich and I'm missing something. Okay. Remember, Lisa and I are both available. If you have questions, put them on Facebook. We're going to be most responsive there. When you post things, comments or whatever on the psychic development program in your library, I think that's great. I will answer them because I do get to see them, but Lisa doesn't see that unless I send it to her. So if you want, Lisa's going to answer you quickly, put it on Facebook, or you will have her email address, email her directly, and she'll get right back to you. She's pretty amazing. Don't you love how I volunteer you for everything, Lisa? Yeah. But she really is. She's a fabulous writer.
They've already caught on to all of that.
Yeah.
I get emails daily from this wonderful group.
Yeah. Well, they know you well. They know. This is a great class, folks, and it's great not just because it's got all these years and years and years of momentum behind it, and because, frankly, I'm not the only one teaching this. My guides are teaching. And so just about everything you want to know, they're going to have answers to, and that's pretty great. But Lisa also makes it great because she's right there to address just about all those other needs. So between the two of us, we really make these classes hop. And I, for one, am really grateful that you're here and that you're doing the work and that you're getting off to such a really good start. Don't be afraid to ask any question, no matter how weird it is. If you're having an odd experience, then just, jump in and say it, because I guarantee you somebody else here has the same question or is having the same weird experience. Okay? Okay, I'm going to give you just a couple of more minutes to see if, or maybe a couple of more seconds to see if anybody else has a question they want to ask before we close for this evening.
Are you going to be doing any live classes in the near future?
Right now, the only live classes that I'm doing are the teacher training classes, and I still do them. They're in Tampa. And we will, I know Joy is eager to hear this. Joy, the next one's going to be in the spring, likely. Okay, I haven't got a date yet on it. But I have to count up how many people I have ready to sit for the different levels of teacher certification. Those are the only classes I'm doing live right now. But in the future, it'll probably either be summer or towards the end of the year, I am planning on doing a live event. And, you know, I guess most of you are aware I canceled the cruise. I don't know why I was canceling it. I canceled it because it just didn't seem right. Too many things were happening that didn't fall into place. And then I found out that Esther Hicks was having her cruise that same week. I said, okay, that's probably why I canceled it. So, at any rate, the important thing is there will be a live event. It will not be one of these classes. It may be a compilation of things that come from these classes, okay? Because I have something in the back of my mind that could be kind of like a land cruise type thing. That could be a whole lot of fun, but I haven't quite put it together yet. And that will be not a class like this, but where you would still get to be able to meet and interact and, you know, and have educational sessions and so forth with me. So yeah, that's in the future. And of course, every so often there's another cruise because Sandy loves to cruise. So there you have that. You're welcome, Heather. Okay, folks, I think that's about it. I think we've run out of questions for the night. But, you know, now that you know how it's going to go, I appreciate your asking the questions that you did because they were great questions that you asked during class. And Lisa will read them out. That way your name isn't on them and they can be posted forever and ever online. And then if you have personal things you want to discuss or have questions on that really require you to come out and talk about them, we'll have this question and answer session after each class. And then next Thursday, put it on your calendar. Lisa will be sending you a reminder on this too, because I don't think everybody quite made it to this, or the second part of the class. Next Thursday, a week from tomorrow night, you have your practice session. And we're going to practice doing some telepathy, and we're going to practice, you know, doing the different exercises. We're going to have some good practice. We're going to talk. I am going to ask you, what do you want to practice? How you like that? Okay, I'm done. If there are no more questions, I'm going to let you all go. Have a very good night. This was so much fun. I enjoy being with you. You're great people. Good night for now.
Good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Sandy.
Sandy. Good night.
Night. Thank you.
Good night.